It's not the years, honey, it's the mileage.
You chose the wrong friends. This time it will cost you.
The fifth and supposedly final installment of the classic boulder dodging, treasure hunting, and artifact uncovering franchise is inching closer and closer to its fated release. Are you excited? Cause we are. But despite its mythical advent drawing nearer, there's still so much we don't know, like an antique buried beneath the sands of time. It's only natural that we celebrate Dr. Jones' last hurrah on the big screen, which is why we've gathered a slew of behind-the-scenes facts and production tidbits that can only be described as the Ark of the Covenant when it comes to indie knowledge. Let's just hope our faces don't melt off after this video. Kicking things off, we should probably mention, what else, but the folks behind the movie. And those that are not. Our final ride with Indy won't be directed by Steven Spielberg, nor will it be distributed by Paramount Pictures, whose name is synonymous with the franchise. Naturally, everything falls on Disney, the new owners of Lucasfilm, along with the talented James Mangold, who, we kid you not, has been such an impressive asset to the movie that even Spielberg was shocked. When the lights came on, after the first test screening on May 24th, Spielberg proudly said, "Damn, I thought I was the only one who knew how to make one of these." As for the guys at Paramount, they're still part of the whole thing as a residual credit, at the very least. In fact, weirdly enough, this will be the first time in over 40 years that Paramount and Disney worked together, as their last gigs were Poppy and Dragon Slayer, both of which are from the early 80s. Now, this isn't to say that Mangold didn't have some homework to do beforehand. Both Spielberg and George Lucas have been creative consultants to Mangold thus far, but that didn't stop him from hiring his production posse in the form of famed cinematographer Feeden Papa Michael. Oh, and don't you start thinking we forgot about the main stars. We all know about Harrison Ford and the de-aging special effects, but did you also know that this will be one of the biggest milestones when it comes down to the sheer gap in years that an actor has had before ultimately returning? In the case of John Rhys Davies, we're talking about a whole 34-year difference. His last gig as Salah El Kahir was all the way back in 1989.
What for? They'd just put it in a museum, it'd be another rock collecting dust.
And for the villainous side of things, we have Mads Mikkelsen, who's the second actor to have had the unique opportunity to portray villains in both James Bond and Indiana Jones films. Following in the footsteps of Julian Glover, who portrayed Aristotle Christados in For Your Eyes Only, and Walter Donovan in The Last Crusade, Mikkelsen added his own flair by playing the captivating Le Chiffre in Casino Royale. As for Mads Mikkelsen's character, Jürgen Voller, it was revealed that Voller is a former Nazi who draws real-life parallels to the renowned rocket scientist and ex-Nazi Wernher von Braun. The moon landing program was led by a group of ex-Nazis, including von Braun, who played a pivotal role in developing the Saturn V rocket for the Apollo mission. The character of Jürgen Voller will serve as a fictionalized representation of this intricate and controversial history. Quite appropriate considering how this franchise started, huh?
You're strangely dressed for a night.
Speaking of early roots, thanks to the recent Star Wars Celebration event in Europe, we now know that there will be a tuk-tuk chase sequence in the new film, a callback to the classic trilogy, particularly The Last Crusade. What's more is the director James Mangold insisted on practical effects and live-action cinematography instead of relying on ILM's cutting-edge video wall, which was developed for The Mandalorian. What's more is that filming locations for Dial of Destiny include Morocco, Italy, England, and Scotland, with those being the only ones we know so far. Who knows what else Mangold has up his sleeve? Regardless, our final adventure with Indy is looking like it's gonna be more than great, heart-throbbing even. Are there any tidbits you know about the upcoming adventure? Be sure to tell us in the comments and maybe even answer this. What was your favorite Indy movie? For us, it's gotta be Temple of Doom. If you consider yourself a fan of classic cinema, maybe drop us a like and a sub. Who knows, you might just get plenty more where this came from. Thanks for tuning in. This tempo exploring Rhino will see you next time.